Benita. We have midfielder Sean Zawadzki. Then you want to go, sir?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
At first one start, obviously, there wasn't any change really coming in this offseason. It was all players who played for Wilfred. How did that kind of change the dynamics? Because I know the first 2 years was a lot of learning Wilfred.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can kind of look back to last year and how successful we were. We broke a lot of records throughout the season. And at the end of the day, things happen. It's the business side of what we do. But I think everyone's, it's now we have, like you said, it's guys that have been here for a while. So we have kind of what the coaching staff wants to do. Obviously, they want to add some nuances in what they want to do as well. So it's just kind of honing in on those things while also kind of refreshing ourselves on what they've wanted to accomplish the last couple of years, and now going into year 3 with them. It's exciting to kind of see what we can do.
Losing players like Cujo and Christian, is there pressure further in the midfield line of a back line for you guys to produce offense alone more than you do? I know you guys are a more dynamic team like that, but is it even more pressure this time?
I wouldn't say pressure. No, I think it's kind of everyone just keep doing what you're able to do. Keep doing what you're capable of doing. And I think at the end of the day, that's kind of will allow us to be successful. It's not anyone trying to do more than they're able to. It's just continue to do what you're able, and good things will happen. It's maybe it takes a little bit more here and there, but it's staying within your realm and feeling comfortable in the same situation.
And how much are you guys kind of not even looking back on for like reference, but looking at the Red Bulls game, taking anything either game-wise or just emotional-wise going into the season?
Yeah, obviously, ending the season with a loss is obviously a bad thing, but it's something we can learn from, and kind of I think it brings even more excitement to this first game, being back at home in front of the fans, and having that loss in the back of our minds a little bit. I think provides us even more a better mentality and even more hunger to continue to strive for better things and to continue to set records here in Columbus.
Sean, thanks for being here today. I just want to open the scope a little bit. You're a bit of a rarity in the sense that not only did you come up through the academy and play for Crew 2, but in between there you found time to play for Georgetown and win a national championship. There's a lot of talk about what the place is for college soccer in relation to the academies in America. Can you just reflect on your experience and how you see it all fitting in for any player who aspires to be where you are today?
I think kind of throughout my life, going from the academy to college, I think for me personally, I think it was something I really needed to be able to continue my development. I think there was parts of my game that I lacked for making that jump from the academy right to professional. I don't think I was at the stage to do that. So I think college allowed me to continue to build my development in terms of physicality and things of that nature in particular. So for me personally, I thought it was really beneficial. It allowed me to gain more experience on the field, but also off the field. It's a life. It's a different life. It's kind of the next step in your life to going from being a teenager or a kid to being like a true adult, kind of being on your own and living around friends and people like that. So then to be able to experience that and then to come back here, I believe it allowed me to become a different person and to change who I wanted to, not who I wanted to be, but who I was as a person both on and off the field.
It's funny that you mentioned change because I covered you when you were a sophomore playing for Georgetown in a game versus Maryland. Your head coach, Brian Weiss, said that you're the most important and best player on the roster as a sophomore, and you're the first guy on the team sheet. How has that approach to your responsibilities in a team transferred to the pro level?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to stay the same. I'm going to continue to put my head down and work and do whatever the team needs. Obviously, college is different than the professionals in many different ways. But just to come in here every day and put my foot through anything I need to, and just also be someone that the guys can rely on and know that on the field they can count on me to do what I'm able to do. So I think to me is the most important part of all of it.
Thank you.
Sean, Chicago has a new look this year with Berhalter at the helm, but let's face it, nobody here is unfamiliar with him. Are you all expecting for that style to be consistent from what U.S. soccer has been for the past many years? Yeah,
I mean, I think it's something we're going to continue to look at. Obviously, he had his system with the national team, but it's different players and different kind of environment as well. So it's something we're going to continue to look at and see what they put forward in front of us.
It's gonna be interesting going up against him, out of his history here.
Mhm.
I mean, you're smiling. I mean,
Mhm.
is that something that some of you who have been around here for a little bit, even through the academy, have talked about at all?
Not really. Some people have said some stuff about it. But to me, it was my first train with the first team. He was the head coach here. So obviously it kind of brings back some memories for me. And so now go up against him on the other sideline will be fun for sure.
A little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of back to what Brandon was talking about with the changes with the roster. Yesterday, the guys talked about how some other of the younger players have really risen to the occasion. Is that something that you've seen, especially on the attacking side of the pitch?
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of allowed more opportunities for guys, especially guys who may not have seen as much time last year, but throughout preseason, a lot of guys who've seen a lot of opportunities, and it's allowed them to kind of gain that confidence and look forward to what's ahead of them.
And last one for me, despite what it looks like outside, how excited are you guys to just get this thing going?
So excited. Can't wait. Even if it's like this, some snow and whatnot on Saturday, even though it's going to be already cold enough, I think guys are really excited for it.
One last thing, obviously, since Aiden's left, you've been mostly center midfield. How much training are you splitting between center midfield and the back line, or is it primarily midfield now?
The coaches have kind of utilized me kind of in many different ways, and I think that's something that could potentially continue this year. It's something that I've enjoyed too as well, to be able to understand not only what I'm supposed to do as a midfielder, but also kind of what to expect from everyone around me playing in those various different positions. So just excited to play whatever role that they put in front of me this year.
Last call. Great, thank you, Sean.
Yep.
Thanks, Sean.
Yep.